Okay. Alright. Hello. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Well, that was weird. I set up the stream and everything. Everything was just going normal, and then suddenly it just didn't want to be normal. Suddenly my laptop just decided, maybe not for tonight. But it's okay, I managed to force my laptop to work anyway. By the way, Firefly, hello. Yeah, I saw you and Jan were early today. Hi, welcome. Sorry, I don't know what happened, but hey, we're back. And let me just switch over to the game. Ta-da! We're back. Nah, this time it wasn't a power outage. This time it was just my laptop just freezing. I don't know why. It didn't want to work. But I forced it to work anyway, so now we're here. So now we can continue. I think we're getting very close to figuring out how exactly all the cycles started. Challenge. What challenge? Go, I guess. Yeah, I think we're very close to figuring out how all of this time loop cycle nonsense started, so let's just go do it. Alright, fine on. And Serini. Yeah, of course it crashed. It's Monday. Welcome, Jan. Naturally, it had to happen on a Monday. Serini!
The future revealed by the Titan.
Laptop was cussed. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's be real. I also had a crash out this morning at the office. I basically just decided, no, I'm not gonna work right now. I'm just gonna lie down. I basically took a very long nap instead of having lunch at the office today. It was a nice nap. I felt very relaxed after waking up. But still, I decided to not work for a bit and just nap. It was probably Fane. Now, if anything, Fane, usually when Fane is in the chat, the stream doesn't crash, surprisingly. I have to get Fane here. Fane is like my little good luck charm. I forgot how creepy he sounds. I forgot how creepy he sounds whenever he, like, inhales when he talks.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury.
Listen, when you get to my age, you have to... Some days you have to decide which one is more worth it. Eating or napping. And today I decided napping was more worth it. Which, you know what? I don't really mind, since during dinner today, that meant I got to eat. I ate a lot more than usual. I don't mind, not eating for lunch, but then eating more for dinner. It feels like a good payoff.
The vortex of Genesis.
Haven't logged into HSRZZZ today? Oh, well, if you haven't claimed all of the new, free stuff, then you better claim all of the free stuff while you still can.
Come, I beseech you, onward.
Oh, well, I mean, not logging in just to watch anime. Understandable. Never mind. Go keep watching anime, Firefly. You also... Oh, did the new... Don't even know how it works. Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet, actually. I think maybe I'll try to see if I could get through it with my brand new and shiny Finon. But if I still can't get through it with my brand new and shiny Finon, that just means I'm not meant for endgame content.
As an unattainable existence that has dwelled within his heart, beyond his reach.
Oh, he sounds so creepy.
Have accompanied him.
On the one hand, I love it. It means that the VA is doing a very good job. On the other, it's so creepy.
Have the right to view the river of time in its fullness.
Look at Kaelus's face. Even he's not sure how he's supposed to take all of this.
Every absurd and tragic ending. Now, if you would
return. Keep going through this. Fine on. Oh.
Enough talk.
Go. All of them. If I go back, will they appear again? Nope. It's just if I keep going. Oh, you just finished Danmachi. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I hope you've been enjoying it. I haven't watched it at all, actually, because of how many seasons there are. But hey, if you're enjoying it, then maybe I might enjoy it later. The only one who isn't meant her endgame is Shane because he tortures himself. Firefly, stop watching this minute.
has stripped away my
I mean, let Firefly binge everything on her own time. I feel like maybe, Kuroko can wait because Kuroko is, the anime and the movie is already over. So it's not like she's missing any new content. It's just, a story that's already complete. Roses are red, violet is purple. Hello, Fane. Welcome. Let me guess, you just finished torturing yourself with the endgame? Tanmachi is good though. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I just haven't watched it yet because there's just so many episodes. It's for the same reason I haven't watched One Piece. At this point, anything with over 24 episodes, I feel like I'm not gonna watch it just yet. I'll leave it off for later. Is anything that's under 24 hours? Yeah, maybe I'll watch. Maybe I'll binge. But anything more than that, I just don't have the time or the energy. Whoever tells me violet is blue, they are blind. I mean, technically, purple does come from blue, so they're not wrong. After season 5, then I'll go for Kuroko. Yay! See, Jan, this is how it is. You just let people get to Kuroko in their own time, naturally. That's the same way I waited for you and other people to find Kuroko no Basuke, even though I finished the whole manga a long time ago. Everyone needs to find that story in their own time.
This will be a romantic story.
I've had enough of it. Tired.
None that has come
Yeah, I
before.
saw you streamed the endgame content for a bit, and I saw that you also, basically skipped all of the story. So here you are. Hopefully, I can help you keep up with the story through my streams.
You think so too?
Every HSR story being 10 hours plus. I mean, I personally love that it's 10 hours plus. That means there's more of the story for me to enjoy. And the fact that the story is actually very, very good is helping a lot. I feel like 3.2, I didn't really like it much. The whole, what's it called? The whole, like Canis thing, Canis versus the Chrysos Heirs thing. Honestly, it wasn't that interesting to me, but then 3.3 dropped, and then 3.4 dropped, and I'm loving this. This is great. You finished the story in 1 hour because you skipped everything, Fade. You skipped everything. I'll show bid farewell to one. Only one shall live till the end. Yeah, and they alone will witness the Aeronova, and that one person alone will witness the miracle.
A total of 33,550,335 times.
That doesn't sound miraculous to me. If anything, Lygus sounds like he thinks it's funny. Alright. The Memoria thing. Oh.
Each is a drop from
Are you gonna make 33 million of these appear?
The long journey he would take. Or rather,
He just used their features. Yeah, the skip feature.
a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, we been you at this point. We been you.
Sharp as ever, I see.
Just dared fate to do it to you 8 times with Sela. I feel like Sela, Fane, at this point you gotta admit you cannot solo anything with Sela at this point. It's just not happening. Even with my brand new shiny Finon, I can't solo anything with him. I gotta have some other people on the team with him. It's okay, Fane.
Or perhaps you can simply walk straight to the final
See the true face of the
truth.
character you play.
See the true face of the character you play, and witness the ultimate nature of the Chrysos.
I think at this point, Herda and Skulum haven't really told Kalis that Amphoreus is a place meant for an emanator of destruction, right? I mean, Kalis has no clue that Lygus is trying to turn Finon into an emanator of destruction. Okay.
Please,
Optional, watch
take
memory
your
fragments.
time. Look around as much as you wish.
Let's start with the one Okay, from here, and then we'll go counterclockwise. 245811189. Okay, this is like really late. Maybe something earlier. Okay, this is way later. Okay, this is way earlier. I want to try watching this in... Okay, much earlier. Okay, let me see if I can do this in order. 26,000. I think that was that one. Nope, this one. Okay, I think this one was the first. Okay. 2,691. Oh gosh, I was disappointed we didn't meet Ceridra. Yeah, I'm guessing Ceridra and Hyselins are part of the, you know, era before Finon, as in they were alive and dead before Finon came into the picture. So maybe that's why we won't meet them until the next patch, because then, because every time Finon resets everything, it's after they've both already died. Gerda's too busy cooning to news. Curious about her voice. ZZZ having an exchange. Oh! Used battery event for free polychromes. Oh! I don't really use the batteries much though. I don't really... I'll be honest, I farm a lot, but I haven't really upgraded anything in a while. I just enter the game to get the login and the farming. I really should be using all of the materials that I have, huh? I think her voice was revealed in As I've Written or something. How Cerritos talked was so funny. Okay. I feel like... Okay, we already pretty much know who her Japanese VA is gonna be, right? It's gonna be the same as Noelle. But for her English VA, honestly, I'm hoping she's gonna have more of a high-pitched tsundere voice. I'm hoping she's gonna be more like, you know, like Farina in English. But again, we'll see what she's gonna sound like. She does very much look like Farina, so I'm hoping she sounds like Farina. Okay, back to this. Okay, I think this is one of the cycles where Mighty was one of the last with Finon at the end.
Crazy, Mighty. Immortal or not, even if you're the demigod of strife.
Oh, I'm still no match for them.
I mean, as long as Finon never told them about your weak spot, you should be okay.
No, you can. I just
Tsundere all in. I want her to be a tsundere. I also want her to be a tsundere. Just spend your original batteries. No need to use the real battery that gives you. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah. Maybe I should just check out the... This is an event, right? Maybe I should just check out the events in ZZZ after this. I'll be honest, I haven't done any of the events in ZZZ at all. I'm just worried that I might accidentally kind of spoil myself with something. But yeah, you know what? Stuff like this, I should be doing it. I should be getting the free pulls. Or sound like Satsuki. Satsuki doesn't sound like a tsundere though.
Together, let's prove that we're enough to transcend the prophesized fate.
So you want to try to bring Mighty into the next cycle?
Could it be that now, at the critical juncture, our mighty deliverer is chickening out, scared of a stupid prophecy?
I think he's mostly scared he's gonna be alone at the end of everything. And then he's gonna find out that it's all for nothing and he has to reset the world again for one reason or another.
I'll transcend the prophesized fate.
Mr. Big Boss, hello! Welcome!
But I've got a better way.
Welcome.
As the son of
I've been
Gorgo,
good.
I'll
How have
prove
you been,
myself
sir?
with one last grand victory. Just like
Satsuki
when
is
I ripped
such a
out the old
tsundere, it's not
king's
even
heart.
funny. Roko. Satsuki is borderline yandere at best. Like, she's good as a yandere, but she's not really a tsundere. Riko's a tsundere.
Go. Leave this to me. If the black tide creatures block out the sun, then we Kremnoans will fight in the shade.
I don't think he wants you to fight Mighty. I think he wants you to stay here and then, you know, reset the world with him somehow.
When I'm done with that executioner.
Oh, okay.
We'll raise our
So the
cups
Flame Reaver,
where
the Flame
west
Reaver was here
winds
too.
end.
Okay. 2,691. Which one's the next one, you think? I think the one with that gold indicator is the last one. Okay, this one, I think it's 1,034,000. Okay, 7 million. No, I think this one was 10 million. Yeah, 10 million. And then this one, I'm sorry if I'm wrong about the numbers. I can't count. Why don't they put commas in between every 100? Okay, 823,000. 33 million. 24 million. I guess I don't want to get too close to him and accidentally start something. Oh, this one is actually... Okay. This one is one of the earlier ones. Oh, Anaxa.
Vortex of Genesis. The last time I was here, I was returning the core flame of reason.
Okay, so in this cycle, Xerxes and Anaxa weren't, like, tied together at the soul. So him giving up the core flame didn't kill him.
I didn't have the time to observe it in too much
Gosh,
detail.
I really
back
tried to...
then.
I'm trying to
But
understand the lore the way it was
Titans.
meant to be understood. I want to do this
It's more like a
properly.
frozen crypt to
Because
me.
I know you guys will skip everything, so I want to make sure you guys, at least when you come to my stream, I show you the story the way it's meant to happen.
All the core flames do lie here now.
Ah! Oh, what did I press? Oh.
It's my honor to walk the final stretch with a mind such as yours, Professor.
So it's... Sometimes he does end up coming to the end of the era with another Chrysos era. The way he came to the end of this cycle with Trailblazer. It's just... Maybe it's only with Trailblazer this time that he was able to really like start the new era with another person still there.
Getting ahead of ourselves, are we?
You come because of thank you,
Have
Pain.
you
That's so nice
forgotten
of you.
so quickly?
Okay, you can be my favorite
I
this
died
week.
for truth long ago. What walks with you now is but a thought in your mind.
I come here to be a tsundere. You can do that in Fane stream, Dan. You do that in Fane stream anyway.
How could I forget that?
But I'll say the same to you. It's my honor to
I'm
walk this
guessing
final stretch with you,
because
too.
all of the other Chrysos heirs are part of this experiment of turning Phynon into an emanator. Lygus won't let them come with him to the next cycle. I feel like every time they get close like this, Lygus will give one reason or another, and one excuse or another to take out the other Chrysos heir so that Phynon is still alone whenever he has to reset
Now
the
go.
cycle.
Stand tall and finish
By
your
the way,
final
in the end,
task.
we get because you mash up with other... Oh, okay. Because of you mashing... Ah.
Yeah. Just leave it to me.
Honestly, at this point, anytime you say we're gonna get a new song, I will always look forward to it because so far, Hoyo has not disappointed with their songs. I really like all of the songs for all of their games. Even the Natlan character trailer songs, like even though they're not really, you know, suited for Genshin Impact, I don't think they're still good songs. They're still really good. Fame will ban me in his stream. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. to watch Fame. I like him, but not that much. I wake up at... No, Dan, you gotta understand where Fane and I come from. Waking up at 5 a.m. just to get ready for school is normal, which is one of the very few things I like about being an adult. I don't have to wake up so goddamn early anymore. But Fane still has to wake up early just to get to school. And because he's a good student, he has to make sure that, you know, he's actually prepared for school. Which one was the... Okay, this one. I think this one was the next one. It's the summer kid. We don't have summer. Oh, Ika!
Hey, little one. Are you scared?
Doot. Ika!
As brave as Hyacinth.
Oh, wait. It's just
Stay close,
Ika?
little Ika.
I thought he'd die with Hyacinth. Like, if Hyacinth dies, he'd disappear with her. No, there's one cycle where it's just Ika? No, that's so sad. Oh, no.
What?
You don't have to work and pay bills, yeah.
You
Ugh, that's one of the many things I hate about being an adult. No, not you too. Ika's dying too. no!
Lucy, I won't squander your kindness, your hopes. So please, keep this bit of sky standing for me.
Wait, why does this feel like the saddest one we've seen so far? Why is little Ika dying the saddest? You literally ate the other Christmas heirs. No, Ika. How could you?
Now there's one last thing I need to do before the Aranova.
Are you gonna kill him? Are you gonna, like, mercy kill little Ika?
Come, Executioner.
Oh, okay.
Let this patch of clear sky show me where to strike.
He's gonna use little Ika to fight the Flame Reaver in that one. Wait, that one was actually so sad. It's just Ika left without higher sign? You're so sad. It's just fine on it, little Ika. What the fuck? I'm laughing, but I'm also crying on the inside. Okay, I think this one was the next one. Oh,
there's water
Cypher.
everywhere. This place is always so wet and sticky.
Just wanted to tell you, Nanook is not the
My
imposter.
tail's
I feel
getting
like
heavy.
at this point, Nanook doesn't really care about what any of his emanators are up to. To him, as long as they're destroying shit, he doesn't care. I feel like at this point, the other emanators are trying to bring out a new emanator of destruction and like present him to Nanook, and Nanook just isn't gonna give a fuck.
Plus that burnt
Nanook will
smell.
probably, you know, bless
that
Finon
sizzling
with his
noise.
gaze, and that's it.
Ah, yikes. Nobody from Dolos could stand this.
So you feel it too?
Go on then. I'll handle the filth.
Oh.
Do what you need to do.
As always, Cypher just sacrificing herself for
Let
the
me fight
greater
with
good.
you. Better odds with two.
Hey, remember what the seamstress said?
Esther, welcome! Hello!
You know
Before this
what
one, you
really
start with
matters.
words. Are you, do you mean GUN?
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys are all farther in the ZZZ story than I am, so if you ever refer to anything about the story, I'm never gonna understand what you're talking
I'll leave
about.
it to you then.
So I'm assuming you mean you're going through a GUN story now, for ZZZ.
Wow, someone's not shy. Just so you know, I'm not in the business of making losing deals.
Oh, you liar.
I'll distract that executioner.
And you're very
You
good at
will
it,
turn
Cypher.
The world's biggest lie into truth. Let me become the first wind of your new world.
Aw. Knowing how she died in this cycle, that just seems more like a noble sacrifice rather than her just saying shit just to seem brave. Okay, yeah, I think this one should be the next one. Birds in HSR, can't wait for Constantine. Oh, you mean the event? Yeah, I haven't done that burb event yet. Your father in the HSR story. Casterus! Yeah, but it's not like you can get any farther than I am. We're both on the same patch, Dad. That's why I don't feel so bad about taking my time with the story in HSR. It's only with ZZZ that I feel bad for taking so long. I'm sure you'll pull for E6.
Yes, I've become.
I hope you
destined
get
God,
Big Cat Ladies
and shall
E6
never again
stream.
walk the world of the living.
Haven't even started the story. I'm
What
having
you see
the
is
chat
the
window
surging
covered,
of
but
the
I'm
river of
showing on your
souls.
stream.
Brought
Ah,
on by the countless
okay.
dead feeding it in these dark times.
Well, in that case, I hope I don't spoil too much for you, Firefly. I hope you get to enjoy the story in your own time too.
Though dead, they'll converge into a torrent and guard the
What kind of
vortex.
watching stream is that?
see
Firefly
the
just wants to
Aranova
hear my voice in the background while she watches anime. That's all.
I will take
Firefly
all of
just
the
joins the
wishes
chat,
you've
not
departed
watches
with
the
me.
stream. Yeah, it's okay, Firefly. You're welcome to hang out with us whenever you want. Even if it isn't to actually just watch the stream.
To the very last.
You know, they're standing pretty close here. Was her, like, curse not as strong in certain cycles, maybe?
I hear them. The dead hail you. They're prepared.
I wonder if in this cycle, Castoris knows about her sister being
Go
Thanatos or
on,
not.
Deliverer. We'll keep that executioner in our shadows. The path
Just hearing
before
Coach's
you
voice
is
is
direct
enough.
and eternal
Yeah, just hearing my
flames.
grating voice is enough for Firefly. She doesn't need to look at my screen too. Okay, so this one is Castries. I'm guessing the others are gonna be Aglaya and Tribi. I still can't get over how sad like this one is with little Ika being the only one left. Okay, this one is Mighty. Okay, so I think the only ones left are Aglaya, Tribi,
Executioner.
and oh,
Let this patch of clear
so this one is
sky
just like
show
this.
me where to strike.
I was about to say it's just Aglaya, Tribi, and Cyrene left, but I guess some of them it's just fine on his own. Oh, well that's sad. This one. Aglaya.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
Yeah, Aglaya's always
Such
been
is
the
the will
one
of
who
fate.
believed the most in the prophecy. Even though Tribios was the one who gave the prophecy, Aglaya's always been, I guess, its most faithful follower, most faithful believer. Wonder what she. Were there any cycles where she finds out that this is all just a big time loop and the whole prophecy thing is a lie? I wonder how she reacted to all
So
of that.
even the future revealed by the Titans.
Did that one
May
earlier?
not
I did?
come to
Okay,
pass.
sorry. Maybe that's why they just showed that one. They just showed a bit.
The Era Nova. This
she?
unrivaled masterpiece.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm okay,
Now
I'm
that
trying
I
to
entrust
pay
it
attention
my
to the story,
most
really. I'm
trusted
trying to.
apprentice.
Are you saying?
Fate is ever unassailable. The golden threads tell me the black tide rushes toward the vortex.
It's
Ready
like,
to
you know, when a
swallow
very
his face.
devout religious
I
person
must
finds
leave
out
the
that God
lost
isn't real. I wonder how
humanity
Aglaya would have
yet
like reacted to that.
hold back the deluge.
Finding out this whole Chrysos Air and like Titans and Era Nova shit is all just something that's meant to be Legacy's little experiment. That's just Legacy's little experiment, and Finon is the main test subject.
I shall have
That
my
must
final
have really
bath in
like
warm and
devastated her,
radiant
no?
gold.
What is
The
dementia?
hour of
It's
fulfillment has come.
where older people such as myself start losing their memories at certain times.
Forgive me.
It's
I
something
must
my
sweep
grandfather
away
had
every
before he
risk
passed away.
to weave the strongest future
The
for the
medical
new
condition
world.
that makes you forget stuff. Yeah, more or less. It's not the same as amnesia. It's where only certain times and in certain conditions you forget certain things. So it's like sometimes, you know, when for my grandpa at least, when he got really, really old, he'd forget that he'd already retired and he doesn't need to work anymore. So like he'd wake up early in the morning, get dressed and everything, and then get to the front door. And then he tried to couldn't open the door because my grandma would hide the keys. He'd ask my grandma where the keys were. My grandma would be like, "What the fuck are you doing waking up so early in the morning?" And he'd be like, "I have to go to work." And she'd remind him that he's already retired. He hasn't gone to work in the past 30 years. So yeah, dementia is something that makes people forget like that. So it's not the same as amnesia or something.
There is nothing more to say.
Well, my female friends can't remember everything.
We part
It's not
here.
just something that happens to women.
I
It
shall
happens to men
personally
too,
dispatch
mostly.
that
Yeah,
wretched
female friends.
executioner. Not with
You have
threads
to
of
look
gold,
after. You wouldn't have any female
but
friends.
with the steel
No,
tip
Fane, it's
of
okay
a
to have
needle.
female friends. You need to have, you know, to be friends with girls before you can be in a relationship. You need to understand girls as friends first. She's just like my older sister. Sometimes I am with her on Discord. Okay, well, glad to know that I remind you of one of your siblings. Tribi? Oh, it's just him. Oh, Tribi.
Treeby, look. We made it to the
But we don't
vortex.
see. Oh, he sounds like he's crying. I think he has the little Tribi doll in his hand, and we can't see
The
it.
prophesied future. The flower fields where the west
I'm not
wind
that
ends.
sick. Yeah, I mean, usually when it happens to someone very, very, very young, it's
Close.
like very devastating, because it's devastating either way. But when it happens to someone who's like super young, it's always like extra sad. It's okay to have female friends. I can't understand girls. Firefly can't take it, please. I can't understand myself. Nah, it's okay, Firefly. It's
can
okay,
speak.
Firefly. You're not wrong. It's okay to have female friends. Oh, wait, Firenon, you sound like you're actually gonna cry.
Allow me to pause just a moment before I keep my promise.
The only females I understand are my mom and Kasha. Yeah, that's only because we're super old. And it doesn't take too much for a child like you to understand old people.
Let me answer your cruel fate by tearing that executioner's heart from the void.
The voice actor is doing a very good job. It really sounds like Finance crying. The fuck? Why is it just Lil Ika and Tribby that are super sad? Okay, we've done this one. We've done this one. Yeah, I feel like we've done all of them. Which one should we do first? Go to Lygus, or go to the one with the gold indicator? Oops. I think maybe we should do this one first. I'm guessing this one is okay. 1, 3, 4. Does this one have Cyrene?
Not a single soul.
Oh
to
no,
be
it's
seen.
just him.
So this is how the vortex looks at the end of days.
He really sounds like he's gonna
Difficult company
cry.
After all. But
So the
since you've
Flame
made it
Reaver
here-
is always here at the Vortex of Genesis at the end of every cycle.
So, in the end, you succeeded.
I have yet to be proven wrong in my theory that the Flame Reaver is actually Kafali. And I guess he's kind of like a software created by Lygus to make sure that that Finon has a reason to reset the timeline every time, maybe?
Executioner.
When he floated. You know what? We were laughing when Finon gave the Poly Stone. Reminds you of the Kojo post. Okay, yeah, one of his ultimate forms, right when he's playing his ult, it does look like that. I gotta admit, you're not wrong. Okay, this one can't really do anything about it. This one we already did. Okay, Lygus, what bullshit do you wanna show me? Finance BA must have sat in his booth for like 50 hours to record all these voice signs, right?
Allow me to give
Must
you
have taken
the
him
most
so long
earnest.
to get all of these voice
Once you
lines and
see
like get
what
them all
these
right.
memories hide,
I think I remember hearing one of the, because Finance VA also streams, so I think I remember hearing from one of his streams that he like took a long time to get all of the names right, all of the like Akuman names and characters and places. It took a while for him to get it right, so he had to have like notes and stuff. For him, according to him, that was the hardest bit of like doing finance lines. But still, imagining having to do all of these, because I don't think any of these lines like take just one shot. You gotta do them over and over and over again until like you get the perfect one. Oh, that's gotta be exhausting.
the world's course will be forever irreversible.
Gee, I wonder who made it so. Who made it irreversible?
Very well. As you have made up your mind, let us bear witness together. As the sole audience of this eternal theater, I have been rapturously awaiting
I've
your
also seen
arrival.
like some social media
This, too,
like posts that Lygus is supposed to be the emanator of destruction that goes against the equilibrium. I don't know how you say his name. H-O-O-H, because of like this arm pose is the same as the Eons. And I'm like, yeah, what he's doing in Amphoreus definitely is not equilibrium. It's definitely like putting things out of equilibrium. So I can see that.
I believe that since you've bathed in that Eon's gaze,
Why do you sound so creepy while saying that? Why?
you can make Amphoreus's frozen fate flow once again.
I've been gazed by a bunch of Eons. Which one are you talking about? I've been gazed by 4 Eons at this point. And who even knows who's gazed at Kalis while he was a Stellaron hunter? Ho-oh? That's how you say it, ho-oh? Oh, you pronounce it like that,
Lost,
right?
as you now see, this
He has the funniest name.
marks the final act of the drama, Amphoreus.
Okay, so this proves that our cycle, at least, is the very, very latest cycle. It may not be the last, but it is the latest one.
Recurrence created by
Oh,
this
like Pokemon.
man's hand, and the last
Huh?
one
But
is
like in House?
shall
Oh.
undergo.
Uh-oh? Wait, that just sounds like the Eon is in trouble. Uh-oh.
Behold, at the swordsman's side.
At this
stands
point, I
one
haven't heard
she
them
has
say
sometimes
that
called
Eon's name in the game. So,
other
you know, any of
times
us could be right.
Comrade, that nameless hero, absent from the annals of history. He is the swordsman's ideal in his youth, the deliverer that guided him resolutely onward through fantasy. And now, in the name of the
So this is
nameless,
like the
he has
role that
become
Lygus
an
gave us.
essential and inseparable part of the epic of Amphoreus.
Okay, so let's say what Lygus is showing us isn't a simulation, and it actually is the first cycle. So this is the role that Lygus gave us. We are basically the nameless who inspired Finon to become the deliverer.
And this time, under his guidance,
Yep, Lygus manipulated the
what
whole
choice
story.
shall the hero make?
I'm not surprised,
Whither
but I'm also
shall the
still
fate of the
disappointed.
world flow?
Why are you like this?
What is the ultimate truth of the
Why is he
nature
like
of
this?
Amphoreus? There are many mysteries yet to be unwound.
Yeah, I still have so much questions.
If I may, allow me to temporarily
In Indonesian,
yield
oh,
the
oh, can
stage
you guess?
to
Ah,
one
alright.
far
Unless
more
before
fitting.
Kafka wrote us, the Stellar Run Hunters were in
Put
Amphoreus.
your hands together
I
and
can't see
give
how the
a
Stellar Run Hunters could have been in
rousing
Amphoreus,
round of
because
applause,
not
for
even
they
Akivili
will
managed to come here,
reveal
right?
the answers.
Even Black Swan, like, she had to go through the back door to gain access to Amphoreus.
550,336th flame chase journey.
Why do you sound so excited about that? Lygus, sir, get away from him! Get a job!
The master of the
He looks
countless
so freaked out.
memories we saw. The other important.
The last one who watched the restart is us, not Finon. Oh,
into the
Flame Weaver.
vortex. They
That's why we
who
saw
have
Stellar Run
already
Hunters on the
burnt
Express in
their
3.0.
own self to cinder. The Flame Reaver.
My standing theory is that Kafka somehow found Kalis in a trash can, and that's why he still loves trash can. And so far, I have not been proven wrong, so I will stick with that theory. Trailblazer, like Kalis, didn't come from Amphoreus, he came from a trash can. He came from the world of trash cans. Oh. Ah! Get fucked. I was expecting Finon to have done that, but this is satisfying too.
In the end, you succeed. Executioner.
Telling Lygus to get a job is crazy. He should get a job. Stay away from Finon. He has Finon's sword and Cyrene's staff. Wait, who do I have on my team? Okay. I was a little worried there.
Start everything.
Okay, right now my theory is that he's some kind of software that Lygus made to make sure that Finon is always forced to restart the cycles. Man.
Existence is of no consequence. Tomorrow!
Serenity is before me.
I see through you. Converge and awaken.
The fact that Eon of Finality is live from the future this past is funny. Oh my god, I wonder who he is. I feel like you already know and you're making fun of me now. But it's okay, I'll find out soon myself! Take his mask off!
No other choice but for future will come.
Knock off that stupid mask from his stupid face!
Flames consume me.
Cause I built Fushuan. Yeah, I did. Fushuan is like my second built sustain character. My first built sustain character was March. Yeah, open the mask! Show me what's behind that mask. Show me your true ugly face. She's so powerful.
Will ignite the dawn.
She's so powerful. Who are you? Is it another Finon?
How is this possible?
Oh, is it? It is. Oh. Kevin? That's not Finon, that's Kevin.
The sons of destruction, now twinned.
Now twinned?
Feel them
That is Kevin, right? That's not Finon's like model's hairstyle. That's Kevin.
This other way. Come on. I choose you.
Grandpa Kevin, you got lost? This isn't your game.
Existence is of no consequence. Tomorrow. Trust.
I know that's not really Kevin, but wouldn't it be so funny? Wouldn't it be hilarious if it actually was?
Trinity is before me.
Not what you saw in leaks. I thought you already played through 3.4, Dan. No?
Watch over you and guide you on your path. I'm on it.
I know it's not Kevin, but still, it would be funny if it were. Like, Kiana is just so confused. Like, what happened to Kevin's corpse? I thought, didn't I leave you on the moon? Why are you here?
Flames consume me. Sun tear the sky.
Yeah, even here, it's still, like, question marks on his name.
Empty shell.
my fury, suffering.
Ooh, so many. So many back there.
Is that all?
Anna finality is like born in the future, but then they get old when we get younger, so they like flow upside down. Oh! Oh, that's actually a pretty good theory, Fade. Still, I feel like it's gonna take a long while before we get to anything related to the Eon of Finality. I still feel like the finality stuff is gonna be related to the Stellaron Hunters. And we haven't reached the Stellaron Hunters like planet yet. It's not time yet. Kayla still doesn't care about his past, so we also have no reason to care about the Stellaron Hunters. Branya, welcome! Why is it that when I'm talking about Honkai Impact that you arrive? It's like you just know. Oh my god, can't believe it's Kevin. Yeah, it is Kevin, isn't it? That's Kevin's like model hair. Because Finon's model has those little ahoge like sticking out of his on the top of his head. Kevin doesn't really have that. So that is Kevin. Kevin, no! That's why Elio calls the path of finality can know about the future. Because to him, the future already happened, huh? Oh.
Incinerate fate.
Chaos. And you're just happy this is all happening, huh? But all Stellaron Hunters are from different planets. I don't mean like one planet where they all came from. I mean like the planet where it's gonna be where, you know, where we go for their faction. Like, you know, Herda Space Station, all of them are researchers from different planets and stuff, but that is still the location that we associate with Herda Space Station.
At last, Amphoreus' fate has begun to shift.
I'm guessing we're gonna get something like that for the Stellaron Hunters. Like maybe we go to Elio's original world in the past, maybe, and we get to find out how Elio became Elio of the Stellaron Hunters. So that will be, whatever planet that is, that will be the planet that we associate only with the Stellaron Hunters.
After all, you've also been bathed in that Eon's gaze.
Again, which one?
Awaken
We've been
the
bathed in 4
dormant
different
instinct
Eons gazes.
inside a man. Much like that scepter we spoke of earlier, it was only under the same Eon's glance that it was reborn.
So this is supposed to be the real center of Amphoreus, the real center of that infinity symbol. Why?
That's right.
Why is he breathing like this?
You recall,
Imagine Elio is young
I
Kevin.
mentioned it
Elio is a
at the
cat.
very
Yeah, imagine he is the
start
cat and also young Kevin.
The celestial
Or maybe
body
Elio
of
turns out to be the
once
Kiana of the
illumined
Star Rail
edition,
universe.
abandoned by the Eon. Now, allow me to reveal the final piece of the puzzle for you. The eternal land, known as Amphoreus,
Lonely extrapolation.
is nothing more than the scepter's endless, lonely extrapolation.
Yeah, at this point we kind of figured out it's kind of like an experiment, like Amphoreus is the petri dish that Lygus put all of the little itty bitty microorganisms on, and he's just putting the little petri dish through stress tests to see what'll happen, to see how they react.
A bottomless well of fury.
I don't, still don't know if Stellar Hunters
aimed at the god
are
who
evil or not.
cast it
The
aside.
Absolute Cinema. He is doing the Absolute Cinema pose. I feel like the Stellaron Hunters, on one hand, you could see them as good guys because they do take Stellarons from planets and stuff, right? But also, they tend to destroy the planets that they take the Stellarons from. They don't seal off the Stellarons like the Trailblazers do. So, they could be anti-heroes. No, Elio's definitely guys. Stellaron Hunters are like neutral but do stuff to accomplish their goals. Yeah, kind of like anti-heroes then. Sarini.
Finan, we set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
I thought you set out on this journey just because you guys had a little, had childhood dreams of becoming heroes, no?
That's what it means to be a Chrysosaur. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Amphoreus' wishes be so cruel?
Aw, she has the staff.
We made the best choices we could.
It's
Whenever
very,
we
very appropriate for Finon to be like the sun and Sarini to be like the
But in
moon.
the end, the prophecy that led us.
Oh,
this
it's the
black
song!
tide swallowing everything.
It's the song from Finon's trailer!
Why does it look like this?
Oh. Okay, so early on, the two of them found out the truth, I guess. In the very first cycle, they found out what Amphoreus really is.
You see it too.
I would recognize this YA soundtrack anywhere. It's Finon's trailer
This
soundtrack.
blue mark, the flickering cubes. They're not a tide at all.
It's the unknown god.
They're more like a shattered teleslate.
Standing here.
If we can
The
interact
voices
with
of
Fuli, we
Titans
can
have
know all
never
of
been
history of the
clearer.
entire universe, but only all of the
Turns
history
out-
of the universe that Fuli knows, that Fuli remembers. What about all the stuff that came before Fuli was an Eon, all the stuff that Fuli doesn't remember? There's still, the Star Rail universe is just so big and expansive.
They were
There's so
coming from
many
Black Tide all
possibilities.
along. Is that Amphoreus crying?
No, that's just Finon crying.
Or maybe it is screaming
I don't think Fuli has a
at its creator. At
I
its
feel
God.
like if Fuli will talk to anyone, it could just be March. Maybe Fuli will just tell March about all of the cool stuff that he remembers. And, March can also show Fuli all of the pictures that she's taken.
Finan. Do you
Maybe they
still
can be
remember when I
besties,
was
instead of making 5-star
I had a
March a
dream.
villain or Dark March,
Dark,
make her besties
cold
with Fuli.
room with nothing but Orynyx's curtain glowing like crystal?
The only one who looks like a human is Nanook from the Eons. I mean, the Hunt also looks like a human, from the stomach up. Harmony Shipe also looks like a human, just with extra arms. Nanook looks like a human with unraveling arms. The one who... Yeah, who's the oldest Eon? I think Propagation. I actually don't know if they ever mentioned who's the oldest current living Eon. I think they've only mentioned, Preservation's age because their calendar system uses the years of how old the Preservation is. But I don't think they ever mentioned mentioned it for the other Eons. What if all Eons are just like Titans, a human that becomes a god? That's how some of the Eons are. I'm pretty sure that's how Nanook became an Eon. He was at first a human, and I think at some point before he became an Eon, he was a guest on the Astral Express. Nanook and Aha, I think, are the only two Eons who've ever either been guests on the Astral Express or they were a part of the crew of the Astral Express. I know Aha definitely was because Pom Pom once once complained about all of the stuff that Aha messed up on the train.
The curtain seemed to contain
Because
all
most
of
eons
Amphoreus,
became eons
or
after the Swarm
strange
disaster.
and
Ah,
fantastic
Nook was
dramas
a human
played
that
out
became a god.
within.
You're onto something, Fane. I mean, a mortal that becomes a god. Yeah, that's basically what some of the eons are. I think for something like Noose, the erudition, they were just a machine that a human created that eventually became an eon. Christopher, welcome! Good morning, sir!
There were
It's been a
countless
while.
versions of us. From countless different
You just
worlds.
got onto the stream and we're just talking about the world, about the lore. Welcome.
It wasn't a
Can
dream.
watch this now because you finished the quest yesterday! Hey! What happened before the first Eon was born? We don't
As I
know.
gaze out at the world
Maybe before
me,
the first Eon was born, there were
sorrowful
Hershers.
thoughts have
Maybe
become reality.
the very first Eon was a Hersher from Honkai Impact.
So,
Maybe it is Kiana.
This is the reason the sky was sealed.
Now you need therapy again. Oh
Amphoreus is
no.
merely a larger
Christopher.
Ida Cilicia.
Oh, I remember you mentioned you really relate to Finon, and Finon's really going through it this patch. Hang in there, buddy. You too, Christopher, hang in there. Hang in there, Finon and Christopher.
We are just characters in this
Who
tiny
makes the universe?
world,
The Big Bang!
following the prophecy.
Seriously, because
Stepping
it's
onto
called
the same
Honkai Star
journey
Rail, it
over
could
and
be
over.
that this is just, you know, eons and generations way ahead of Honkai Impact. It could be that the first Eon was a Hersher.
What then?
The
Is this
cookies from
so-called
Cookie Run
Terra
Kingdom.
Nova?
You can make a religion from that, Jan.
And
The
what are
cookies created the
spectators
universe.
Watching all of this, truly hoping for.
Yeah, you guys are powerless in this. Lycus is just cackling. Like that. Yeah, he's just cackling.
As a reward for reaching the end of the world.
Theory said Honkai
Let me
are relatable to destruction
answer
or the
your
Stellar Run.
questions.
Yeah, but then the destruction isn't really that old. The destruction, at the very least, we know is younger than the Trailblaze. So the Honkai came around the same time as the destruction came then?
As the Theor
Funny how HSR stories keep
I
sending people to
have
therapists.
observed.
I feel like this started all the way since before HSR. This started since Honkai Impact. This started since they killed off Himiko. This isn't just the HSR problem, this is a Honkai problem.
Synthesis of the prime mover of life formed.
Dude, Finon doesn't know much about all of the eons and stuff. Sarini! I feel like these two aren't really getting what you're saying because they only know about the Titan system. They don't know about the Eon system and stuff.
This is a moment.
I think the closest thing to
universe
Honkai is the
will
propagation.
remember. After millions of extrapolations.
But then what would the Hershers be? You think the Hershers would be like the emanators of propagation then? What'll happen if a therapist plays HSR? Will be able to self-heal or go to another therapist? I've always wondered that question. You know? Like, who do therapists go when they need therapy? Other therapists? But then who do their therapists go when they need therapy? Since we didn't see one in the trailer.
So,
Lord Ravager of
results
propagation.
you speak of.
I don't remember
This
all of the
wreckage
Lord
of
Ravagers yet. I don't remember all of their names or like what their roles are. But you know, it could be. Because the what are they called? The evil Kamen Riders, they do look like they could be from Honkai.
We all gave everything we had, returning 12 core flames to recreate the world. And in return,
It was all a lie!
we become nothing more than sacrificial offerings at the end of
The
everything.
Honkai is not Honkaiing. Yeah, for a game called Honkai Star Rail, I'm not seeing a lot of Honkai. I still personally think HSR is a prequel.
Exactly. The
It could be
Titans
either.
are
Could be a
Chrysos
prequel, could be a
heirs of the
sequel.
past,
What's Walt
and
doing here?
Chrysos
What's
heirs
Auto
are the
Apocalypse doing here?
Titans of the future.
Where did Void Archives go?
Pythagoras' theory of Era Nova holds true. As the model of reason, he reached unprecedented heights.
So if the Titans and all the Chrysos heirs are kind of based off of the Eons right now, I'm guessing Reason is based off of Noose. And I'm guessing Lygus especially hates the Reason Titan and Anaxa.
But From just the perspective
Honestly,
of a player
based
in
in
the
Axa.
drama,
Good,
he
good. You
could
make it
never
hate
fully
me.
uncover the last layer of truth.
None of you deserve Lycus' love.
The cycles of the hero's journey that have played
Therapists
out
go to
until
adult tier
now
therapists?
were
Yeah, maybe.
never about
I'm just wondering,
creating
like, do they
new
have like a secret
world
society
or
of
perfect
therapists who only
heroes
see
and
other
gods?
therapists? Too lazy. I'm gonna log in for dailies. Too lazy to do things. Honestly, I do that all the time. I just log in just to claim the login rewards.
Made for the Black Tide.
Okay, yeah. So the program, the Black Tide is a program. We figured that out a little earlier. What if HSR is just another bubble universe?
But this time,
When are you reacting to all Cookie
Your
Run
plot
Kingdom
will
trailers? When
fail.
I actually play it.
I've
If I
taken
react to
Temple's
it and not
core
play
flame,
it, it
and
doesn't
when
feel
the dawn of
satisfying.
the new world arrives, its light will burn away all the darkness.
Fine on, I don't think Lycus cares about Kafali.
Haven't I made myself clear?
Yeah, you guys are
The
just an experiment to him.
Chrysosaurs and Titans were merely byproducts of the experiment. You've seen this world's evolution, witnessed
He's actually
the
going
birth
through
and
the villain
growth of the
monologue right
Black
now.
Tide, and how it devoured everything.
Yeah, the Black Tide is kind of like, you know, is very destructive.
Every generation of heroes, gods, and worlds.
You
was
lost
born
Sunday to
only
Sealer!
to be
give it to
destroyed
Pain!
by it.
At least now he's guaranteed in 70 polls. You I was about to say, give it to Pain! Give it to Pain! Pain would be happy if that happened. Pain is still trying to get E6 Sealer. I'm pretty sure you haven't gotten E6 Sealer yet, right? Yeah, give it to Pain! Pain, give Chris one of your Sundays.
So in your eyes, all the sacrifices
Oh, it's been
are
almost an
just
hour.
a
Okay,
string
I
of
think
insignificant
I'll
numbers?
stop after Lygus is done with his villain monologue.
Don't sell yourselves
I would do a
short.
flip if it
I'd
happened.
say
Don't do it,
rather
Fade.
than
You've never
numbers,
practiced for a
you're
flip. Don't do it.
like
It's
fuel
very, very
for the
dangerous.
fire.
At least do it somewhere with
Without
other people around, so in
fire,
case you break your neck,
there can be
you know, there'd be
no
people around to
sunrise
call the
tomorrow.
ambulance.
Even if that sunrise
Recorded if it happens. The flip
annihilation.
part. No! I was just saying, pain is dangerous. Be careful if you do it.
Curious question.
Who are
Have
you? You
ever
don't deserve it.
that after
Do you mean the flip
millions of
or Sela?
extrapolations,
Because I feel like
Amphoreus
Christopher is
has
wishing that he never
already
deserved
followed
Sela
a
right
different
now.
path
Christopher
from
wanted
the
Sunday.
erudition. It has long since granted divine blessings equally to each child.
So he did explain the paths and the Eon stuff to Phynon and Cyrene at the very, very start.
The
I'm surprised none of
golden
this
blood
went
flowing
over
in
their
your
heads.
veins, it comes from the blemished
Ah.
one, whose name is Destruction
Okay, yeah, that should have been
itself.
our first clue. All of the Chrysos heirs have golden blood because Nanook has golden blood. And since this is, Amphoreus is an experiment to create an emanator of destruction, it would be, yeah, it would make sense for him to base the Chrysos heirs off of, you know, one aspect of Nanook. In this case, it's Nanook's golden blood. I'll give you Sealer to get one for it. Pain if I could, I would.
The end of the empty, cold, and lonely extrapolation.
Yeah, I do have the funny numbers for subs. I was wondering, like, should I screenshot this? Should I commemorate this? It's a funny number. Or maybe I should wait until 420. 420 is a funnier number to me.
Nikos 496.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. He would have given them dull names like this when he first created them.
Philia
Philia.
093.
Oh my god. He just gave out their Discord server names.
No need to feel regret.
Those are their Reddit usernames.
This generation of Chrysos heirs is the most outstanding model, and you two are the final factors.
I like Sela as a day one
For
player,
you,
but I have better
the
tier
era
now,
nova
so
is no lie.
Don't say that to Fane. Don't say that where Fane can hear you.
Forward.
You're gonna
Embrace
trigger him.
Black tide and accept the Eon's gaze.
So at this point, so Finon wasn't always the main subject. It's just after he's gone through all of these cycles that he eventually became the perfect candidate for being an emanator. At this point, it could have either been Cyrene or Finon.
You will come to life from a string of cold numbers, along with all.
I still can't
those
believe he
who
just
have
doxed them
passed.
like that.
You
He just
will
put
run
out their
the
Discord
weird
server
universe,
names out in public.
fulfilling Amphoreus's long
The names sound like gamer
wish.
tags. Yeah, it does. It does. Why are you still
May
cackling?
The Lord Ravager Iron Tomb unleash its fury and destroy the source of all this tragedy.
Why do you have such a hate boner against Noose? Like, I think I know the backstory of why Iron
could
Tomb
always
hates
choose
Noose so
another
much, but
option.
why does Lygus hate Noose? Or we could just reset
Like
everything.
you said, Amphoreus is just an experiment, and we're the participants.
Not
We
participants,
can
more
only
like
walk along the
subjects.
predetermined path toward the ending, under the watchful eyes of the stars. But that also means that there isn't just one Eon who can cast their glance at Amphoreus.
Oh, yeah. Eventually, two others also looked over, casted their glance at Amphoreus. Oh. Okay, so was the whole time loop thing just Cyrene's, I guess Cyrene's plan to get other Eons to see Amphoreus, to get other Eons to pay attention and, like, help them somehow? Cyrene, I think you're overestimating how much the Eons care. They don't. I think the only one who does
Is this
care
question
would
really
be...
that hard to answer? Or did I guess it right? And in reality,
Yeah, I can't think of any Eon that actually cares. It's Cyrene, they don't care. None of them care.
this world has already been under
Finon
the
made
watch of
himself
other
the MC of
Eons.
Amphoreus. Him games while being in the game. Yeah, sounds like something Kevin would do. A Kaslana would do. News and Haas followers are all
It's
weirdos.
strange when you think about it.
I don't think anyone would argue
You
against
just
that.
stayed back, watching us complete
Anyone
the
who follows
ritual
Eons.
and get
Eons are weird.
consumed by the black tide.
And that's not even
goal
counting
will
the past
naturally be
riders and the
achieved.
emanators who don't care. Like Acheron. She doesn't care about IX. She's not really following the Eon. She's still a weirdo anyway.
Why
There must
go
be
through
one
the
Eon who
trouble
cares
of
at least. I
explaining
can't think
all
of
this
it
to us?
actually. Like I'm trying to think of any example of an Eon showing that they care. Maybe the preservation, but at most the preservation just gave out a bunch of jewels to Diamond, and then Diamond passed it out to the other like IPC heads. But that's not really, that doesn't really prove that the preservation cares. Every emanator has some mental illness. Jipe kinda cares. Does Jipe care though?
You're pretending. Revealing the so-called truth.
Yeah, it
to
just feels hard to
deceive us.
imagine any of these
Covering up
Eons
another
caring.
possibility.
Like, because even for their own emanators, it's not like it's known for them to talk to their emanators. I guess Noose does talk to Herda, and IX does try to communicate with Acheron at least a bit, but from what we can tell, from what Herda and Acheron have mentioned, it's not like the Eons that they follow, like actually, ask about how their day went, or like whether or not they're healthy, if all of their little followers are okay. It's not like they care like that.
Destruction is not the only outcome for the
Really?
fate of
What does
Amphoreus.
Eon think? Yeah, what does an Eon think? Well, maybe Akivili cares, because Akivili like actually just stayed on the train and like went around the different planets to just to trailblaze together with all of their followers. But Akivili is dead, so I don't think the dead Eons really count. Finally, number one. Damn it, Jan. This already became her plaything. Yeah, I don't think that's Noose caring. I think that's just Noose News doesn't have a choice
can
but
change
to,
the outcome
you know, but to
written by the
pay attention to
stars.
Herda, because Herda keeps annoying him.
What makes you think you are capable of doing that?
You'd be surprised at what these two are capable of. That is a Kaslana, sir.
A little courage and determination. Just kidding. The answer is pretty simple. But we're not gonna tell ya.
The little music symbol. Okay, this is more satisfying. But you're just gonna reset the world anyway, so he's just gonna come back.
We're going to weave a long dream for
But if an
Amphoreus.
Eon dies, doesn't someone need to
Making it
replace them?
believe
Maybe
the
the MC will become
experiment
the Eon of
hasn't
Trailblaze.
ended,
The thing is,
that
no one really
everything
has
is
to
still
replace them.
ongoing.
Because the Order didn't have someone replacing them. Long, also, I forgot what Long is, but, you know, the one who created all the Vidyadhara, no one's actually replaced him. Or the Beauty, either. I mean, sure, I guess the Knights of Beauty think that Idrila actually isn't dead. She's still alive somehow. But also, you know, no one's really replaced Idrila as the new Eon of Beauty. I think if an Eon dies, it's just that. The Eon is just dead. Herdan uses her ultimate shit. What happens to the Eon's body that dies? For Idrila, the Knights of Beauty are trying to collect her body parts and, you know, try to revive her in that way. For the Order, like, we saw Sunday manage to somehow, I guess, put back the body of the Eon together, even though he didn't actually bring back the actual Eon. I don't know what happened to the dragon one, though. I don't know what happened to Long. But yeah, I think it depends on how the Eon died. I think there was one, the Voracity or something, where when they died, like, there was a lot of destruction. Like, they basically just self-destructed to help win against the propagation. So maybe it depends on how the Eon, you know, chooses to go out. Akivili, I think they just disappeared.
So,
Like, they just went
I can only
on
place my
to
hopes
a new
on that
adventure and
childhood
just
dream.
was never seen again. Along the permanence,
And
that's
the
it.
god behind Orynyx that appeared in that dream.
Order and longevity fused with another path are split, meaning the theories... theoretically, they are still alive. Yeah, technically. You know, Order is just... Enna is just now a part of Shippei.
Now,
What's
I
Ouroboros'
can say
path?
with
I mean, Locha
certainty,
has the body of propagation in his
time is
coffin.
the page on which that Eon
He hasn't
records
opened the coffin
Amphoreus.
yet, so it's...
If
So
it
at this
fades
point, that
from
theory is still
existence,
just a theory.
and all that it records is lost
The
among
Ouroboros
the
path, I
stars,
think the one you mean is
that Eon
Voracity.
will
The one that
surely
looks like a
direct
snake.
their gaze
That looks
here.
like a snake thing, right? Okay, so at this point... Wow, Lycus actually did tell them everything. He even told them that the Titans are based on the Eons. So time is based off of Fuli, and Cyrene is hoping that Fuli would somehow cast their gaze to Amphoreus and somehow help them.
And it will be a glance that spans time and space, granting each incarnation of me the power to reset time, imbuing my soul into this ceremonial blade, and creating an endless flame-chased journey.
This is actually kind of smart, because every time they reset everything, it gives anyone outside, whether it's an Eon or like other past riders, it gives anyone outside of Amphoreus more time to help them. But also, it just means more time for Finon to be traumatized.
Then let me step into
More
the
trauma
silence
for
and
Finon. The
continue
big electric
Amphoreus'
pullworm.
grand design. To deceive
Yeah,
the
that
gods,
thing would be an Eon,
deceive
wouldn't
the
it?
world itself. But to make time
There will come a
vanish
time
from
when we
this
actually
world,
fight against an Eon and we think we win,
That would
and then
mean
someone will
no.
say, "No, that's just its tongue."
All right, let's not make things so gloomy.
She's so short. I sometimes forget how much shorter she is. Look at how far Pinon has to look down. Alicia, you're so short in
What
this.
we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay?
it's sad that that Cyrene, I almost called her Alicia, that Cyrene has to die in each cycle, and Phainon has to be the one to keep going and reset every cycle, whether he knows the real reason or not.
That memory.
It
You
basically means that
definitely meet me
Phainon
again.
and Cyrene went through all these
A
33
little
million
Cyrene
cycles
who knew nothing,
without,
lying on a
you know,
soft
without
patch
being
of
with each
grass,
other.
feeling the light
Every time they
breeze,
lose their best friend, they
dreaming
lose their
of the
childhood
distant
friend.
world. Tell her about the flame chase journey. And then let her become a
Gotta
romantic
go,
part
DZ,
of
before
this
you accidentally
story.
fall asleep. Bye! Bye, Firefly! Yeah, see you tomorrow! You too, beautiful! Bye-bye!
I believe
Go to
every
sleep,
Cyrene
Firefly.
will
Go
make the
rest.
same
Go
choice.
sleep.
Erasing
Think
time.
something better,
Again and
more
again.
powerful than Eon, more powerful than a Herrscher,
Resetting
more powerful
time
than an
over
Emanator,
and
Lot Rev,
over.
Sword Ravager, more powerful than an Archon.
After all, they're all me.
Yeah, to be fair,
And I will
at this point, the
always have
Archons
my
don't really
charm.
seem all that powerful, huh? At this point, Genshin just seems like one small world on the big, bad imaginary tree.
Then I'll fall into a sweet dream, disappearing in some small corner of the world.
Yeah, you dream so much that you actually become encased in ice until you hit a train.
Quietly, waiting for the day when that next page is turned.
I still believe that that March is a pirate Cyrene. That they're both the same person,
And I
just
will
played up
keep
somehow.
going. Even if the road ahead is dark,
Emanators are
I
above
will
Herrschers.
burn myself to light
At
the
this
way.
point, I think maybe they could be, you know, equal somehow. We gotta see Akron versus Raiden May. We gotta see which one would win if you put them both in the same room and then have them fight over one Kiana.
Rather than let the
It's
core
been
flames
100%
become
internet
nourishment
points for
the
the
black
Alaskan
tide,
Fulworm reference
I'll
because you can't
become
stand
your
your
vessel
Sela. This
to
part?
prevent the
What is this
arrival
part?
of Aranova. Even if I have to burn through my own body, it's no matter. As long as I don't extinguish, the flame chase will never end.
It's a little sad though, because we know in some cycles he doesn't remember any of this. He doesn't remember why the world keeps resetting. He must have been really, really scared during some of those cycles.
Until
The only thing Fane
Amphoreus
deserves for that is me not
welcomes
bothering
a
him
true
in Discord for like a
dawn.
day. Yeah, give him like 24 hours away from you, Jan. I think they're the same power since they both have a physical body.
And the warrior who carries the world. Now, let us fulfill the duties of time and world-bearing.
So it's both of their powers combined that resets everything. But for them to reset everything, Cyrene has to die at the start of every cycle, and Phainon has to survive until the end of every cycle to reset everything.
Honor the past and forge ahead.
Akron would kill the Kiana in the room since she would think it's us. And
I
you think
promise you.
May would let her?
The pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
Oh, you have to be the one to do it. Wait, what's with this MCU movie ending?
You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning.
This is like
of
Scarlet
time.
Witch having to kill her
The
husband.
start of a new story.
I don't ship these two, by the way,
believe that in
because
that
she's still a
story,
child. In body, at least.
Countless stories, each alike yet
But he
unique.
basically has to kill someone he loves. That's his best friend.
All the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground.
It's kind of
Until the
unfair
day
that this is the most they can
shatters
do.
this
The most they can
cycle,
do is buy time
and
for
write the
someone on
final
the
chapter of
outside to
Amphoreus'
notice
fate.
them and help them. And it took 33 million plus cycles for the Trailblazers to get here. For Black Swan to finally get the Astral
So,
Express crew to, you know, come with her
let's
to
set out.
Amphoreus.
We will be the ones to start everything. carry the primordial chaos.
Her body is perfect already. Perfect
Just as
pocket
your name
size.
suggests.
Yeah, she's already perfect as she is. I just
Bear
don't
this
ship her
world
with the adult
we
bodied
hold
Kevin.
So dear. So long, Kaslana.
Legasp. His name is Kaslana with a H. As if that hasn't been spoiled for us at this point.
Instruction synthesis is
Oh, back here. Oh. Ah! Kill it! Is that it? Is that the end of 3.4? No? Okay.
I will wait for that day, for as long as it takes. The day will come when over this mortal turtle and follows in our footprint, writing everything unless that ever was.
Back to 1, 0. Back to the beginning. Oh.
That will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
Hopefully this is the last cycle. Hopefully it doesn't have to be reset anymore. Like, we just need to wait for March to come on Amphoreus and then we can do what we usually do. We can kick butt and save the world together. That's so original. Hey, it's Nameless Faces! The song, it's Nameless Faces! I'm about to come. The sets. Kaslana, no one expected that. The shatter was an Eidolon, right? Yeah, it looked like the shattering of an Eidolon.
The world is collapsing.
Because of you,
And
song.
the people
Yeah, the beat.
crying.
You rage. Oh, now they're just yeah, openly calling him Kaslana now.
We
Okay.
too must part ways here.
So we're not gonna call him Painon anymore? Or is his full name like Painon Kaslana? Oh?
Ides Elysiae, the little village of my childhood. The gentle breeze
Kevin?
and the sound of waves still linger. Everything is as it was. It feels good to take one last look. You know, this is just a corner of
Kevin?
the memory.
Who is this
The
supposed to
real
be?
Ides Elysiae.
Sounds like Painon.
I know. I'm here to say
There
goodbye.
will be Painon Gomen
We
of
might not see
Midnight
each
Kojo
other again.
pose. No!
You can stay here forever.
Not the Sarya Manai
Time will
pose.
stand still for you.
But he can't really stay here forever. He has to go through the whole flame chase journey again.
Black flow. It's time for me to go. Even if it's a
Story
path
Cross
with
and
no
Kaslana
turning back.
playable remains Painon. Oh, okay. So is it gonna be like that whole Genshin thing where after Nahida like erases Rukkhadevata, a bunch of like lore materials and stuff just replaced? I was thinking it was gonna be like that, where all of Painon's name in the lore and materials is gonna turn to Kaslana. I guess not.
When have we ever had the luxury of turning back?
33 million times apparently. That's how much of a luxury it is.
Are you afraid? After learning the truth of your
The
origin,
transformation is named Kaslana though. Ah.
will you see the motivation I gave you as the manipulating whispers of destruction? The convictions and choices that come from my heart. I don't believe they're designed by the so-called paths.
Fair enough. You weren't really raised in the whole paths and Eon system, so of course he'd have trouble believing
If we are
in
just
any of that
numbers,
being real.
simulating life, then you are the image I've always longed for. The person I wish to become. A real,
Oh,
living person. A true hero.
oh my god! It's every Otome game MC ever.
Then why do we part here?
Every harem game NPC, harem game and MC ever.
Journey together.
The
I'll be by
faceless
your
MC.
side, guiding you, just like before.
Is that supposed to be Killis? What happened to Killis? Is he just stuck in that whole Eidolon world now?
I'm afraid I'm on my own this time.
Yeah, that's true. The
Why?
distinction is only evident outside of the story, though. Okay, so it's not gonna be like the Nahida and Rukudabara thing.
Because there is no perfect solution in this world.
Yeah, this isn't really a solution.
Irene has already embraced
You guys
her
are
fate,
basically just prolonging the inevitable.
and I
They can only wait for
will
someone
embrace
else
my
to help
origin.
come and save them.
Destruction. And with this power, I will rebel against its creator, bringing endless fury to the darkness sweeping the world. If you stay by my side, I'll hesitate.
Oh.
But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers.
I really, really like how the VA sounds like he's been so close to crying this whole time. But also, it's sad. It's sad that I have to hear Final cry. Why they gotta do this to
when we
me?
were kids? Everyone would get so
I forgot the
excited
Alicia's
drawing
song, or
cards
True,
like
not because of you. Because of you is
ruler
Alicia's
or warrior
trailer
that
title.
throw
Yeah,
fits
True.
over devil or
True, I don't know
drunkard
why.
and demand
That
a
song,
read.
I always have a hard time remembering the title too. Like, I can recognize the tune and everything, but it's
Kids
just, I can never
always get to
remember
change
the
their
title.
minds. Things are so happy and simple for them.
Oh.
But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's no room for redos.
Why you gotta hit me in the heart like that, Kaslana, huh? Why you gotta remind me that I'm not a child anymore, and this time as an adult, all of the mistakes I make are mine, are my responsibility. Why you gotta do that,
And go, Kaslana, as you promised.
Kaslana?
Deceive the world, seize the core flames, and rewrite your fate. Burn yourself up with all your might, wield your futility like a sword, and fight against the gods.
Hmm.
In the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Kefali will never forget this.
Wait, was that supposed to be Kefali? Oh. Oh. You should have been the emanator of self-destruction is what you should have been. Because none of this can be healthy. Can I leave the game now? It's already over an hour. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like, this is all sad and all. I'm really loving it. But also, I gotta go to work.
Reached the origin, where nothing ever existed.
Yeah, hi to your base, yeah.
Just as Professor Anaxa
Oh.
once said, in that void, Kefali stood at the center of chaos. Time, space, and causality all flowed from their body.
You can't pause these things. I can't.
When
I
the waves of
can't.
time finally
I'm
calmed,
locked in. Okay, well, I
it
guess
was
we're
the
gonna
year
be here for a while then.
3870 of the light calendar. The Chrysos War had lasted
Oh?
for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger
We're back to
and
here.
more relentless.
Back to
That was the
Seliosi.
era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true. That mortals could slay gods.
That technically, the Eons can die.
From that moment, the sole survivor of the old dynasty, Imperator Saritru, issued a call to arms across the lands, summoning heroic Chrysos heirs to wage war on the Titans. And that was the first doomed flame chase journey,
Yeah,
sealed away.
I guess, yeah, when you think about it, Seliosi, even after all of that struggle, her flame chase journey did end in failure. First eternal recurrence. Oh?
So what you're saying is,
Oh!
you travel back down the river of time.
Oh, he
finally
actually
reaching
tried
this
to tell
untouched
her.
seabed just to tell us. The flame chase journey and even all of Amphoreus are nothing but illusions in an eon's dreams.
Wait, I thought that Hysolins and Ceridra both died before Phainon came to Akuma. Well, I guess if he could reset the time, if he could time travel, then yeah, maybe he would have tried to go back further to the past and meet all of the Chrysos heirs that he never got to meet in the first time. Oh,
Exactly.
Ceridra are the ones who want to fight against the
Dux
Titans.
Gladiorum. Please
Dux
take me to meet Her
Gladiorum.
Majesty Ceridra.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not sure
yeah,
the
she has a
truth
crown.
with her.
Of course, she's royalty, of course. Should have figured. Dux Gladiorum.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in the depths.
Oh. She's from the Titanic.
Call me
No, she's from
Hysolins,
Atlantis.
Nameless Swordmaster.
Hysolins.
Please allow me to add one more thing. You actually already know my name.
Which name, though?
You mean Finan? Such a name could never be
Mommy?
a true one.
Okay, you can stream after the scene. Yay! I'm free!
But I
Soon.
won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued
Also,
the
excuse me, I'm
flame-chased
trying to
decree,
finish my dinner.
heroes from all
I mentioned
over
I made a
celebrated
really,
its
really big
introduction.
dinner because I didn't
What's the
have
harm
lunch.
in adding
I
one
just
more
napped
name
instead.
like Finan,
So
or
I still haven't finished my dinner
Finan?
technically. I made too much! I'm trying to finish it before I go to sleep.
Besides,
Finan!
the deep sea is dark. Isn't it the perfect place to hide secrets best left unseen?
My queen, how did you die? Look, she even has scales on her body like the Vidyadhara. How did you die and not be reborn as an egg?
All right, nameless Swordmaster. Hold on to my wake. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Aren't you even a little suspicious of what
Her
I've
face
said?
is so silly like Sushang. Yeah, I can see the Sushang.
Harboring suspicions is not my concern.
She's like, I don't care.
My sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts.
The
There's
Imperator.
no use in speaking further. Show me your true intentions through action.
She's like mighty. She just likes to communicate through fight. Wasn't expecting that. Technique point limit. Okay. Alright, I can pause now!
Perhaps
I can
you
leave!
should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
Later! Tomorrow! I promise I'll come back tomorrow. Let me leave. Let me finish my dinner and then go to
Days
sleep.
are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat field.
This one took notes from Kokomi and Santarella. Yeah, she's, like her attack animations I noticed are like Kokomi and Skirk, right? She just basically,
childhood musings,
swims in the air.
So naive.
I actually can't wait for her and Ceridra to come out. I want to see what they're like. I don't think I'll pull for them, even though people are saying Ceridra is supposed to be Finance best in slot. I'm still gonna be saving my pulls for March and Danhang. But it's cool that we actually get to see. So he did actually meet the previous Chrysos heirs. All this time, I thought that Ceridra and Hysolins weren't a part of this endless cycle.
will
I
walk
thought
to
that
the
they
end.
both died before Finon ever met them. Oh,
No matter the cost.
wait, why are you showing off like that? Okay, yeah. See you tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Go sleep right after you eat. Stay awake. Okay, Dad. Okay, I promise I'll do that. You actually sound just like my late grandpa. Like he was really big about eating and resting properly so that you can digest food properly. Okay, alright. That should be enough for tonight. Fang, Christopher, thank you for staying for this long. Jen, New, and Firefly, if you're still there, thank you as well for joining me tonight. Branya and Mr. Big Boss, if you're still there, thank you for dropping by too. Alright, I will end the stream here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. Oh, I think this is the first time I've seen his phone case. Look at it. Okay, alright, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, good night. Take care. Have a good rest of your day, Jan, Christopher. Have a good night.